666. Did anyone else catch on to that? We're really deprived up in here. Hi, welcome to my totally legit news show. My name is Angelina and I'm your host for today, or your anchor. No, journalist? Professional K-pop boomer? I don't fucking know. And today we're going to be discussing BLACKPINK's comeback. Again! I feel like this is a very common theme on this channel. We're also going to be discussing Twice Jeongyeon's missing fancam situation, and then we're going to end the video by talking about AB6IX's leader leaving the group due to a DUI. So let us start. Actually, I'm going to stop you right there because there's a 63% chance that you're not subscribed to this channel, and frankly, that's a little rude. So like, comment, share this video with friends you don't have. You can also join my channel memberships to help support this channel in a different way. And you can follow me on Instagram and follow my second channel. I don't know. So of course, let us start with BLACKPINK. Yesterday, I was bombarded with blinks, but not in a bad way like in 2019. But alas, BLACKPINK have confirmed a comeback date. In fact, on their official Instagram account, they released a teaser photo, and the photo features a retro-looking background and font that says 2020-06-26 at 6 p.m. 666. Did anyone else catch on to that? That has to mean something. Anyway, now, I don't know if this is the clown within me speaking, if I've had enough training in the fucking circus being a blink all this time. But the teaser photo looks so cool. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. The retro vibes are just everything. I love how it evokes so much with something so simple. We're really deprived up in here. So of course, fans are absolutely delighted that they finally confirmed a date. And this is why you can't trust blinks, because previously I had heard, a lot of blinks telling me, like, convinced that they were gonna make a comeback on the 15th of June. And blinks were also convinced that there would be a music video for Sour Candy, I Am Blinks. But yeah, mark your calendars for the 26th. I know YG's usually a little fishy, but I don't know why, I feel in my heart like we can trust this. I mean, 666. On the 26th, I will be waking up extra early and inevitably get myself canceled with my review. Subscribe to keep up with my shenanigans. But before we get into the other stories, I did want to give a little bit of an update on my predictions. So I actually don't remember what I predicted exactly last time, or like the last few times. I feel like I've made this video over and over and over again. And I will reiterate, I was there for you when YG wasn't. So I do feel like they will still go for this girl crush vibe, but I'm also predicting very put two and two together, retro vibes. And I know what you're thinking, like, obviously that's too obvious, but I feel like they're gonna pair those retro vibes with futuristic vibes. And I know, let me explain. So if you think of something like Dua Lipa's Physical, right? Super, super, super retro. But then you pair that with something like Cherry Bullet's Q&A. And if you look at the music video, they're set in kind of this futuristic looking place. But the technology still has kind of these old vibes to it. That's what I mean. I'm predicting something kind of along those lines. And I hope it sounds super, super retro. But yeah, I would definitely love to know what your predictions are now that you've seen the teaser photo. Have they changed? What do you think it's gonna look like? What do you think it's gonna be like? What's the color theme? I'm thinking blue, but I'm feeling like it's just a little bit too obvious with like the colors of the teaser photo. So yeah, let me know. Okay, moving on to Twice again. But before we get into that, I did want to clear up a few things. First of all, I do not hate Twice. Yeah, that's it. I just thought I would clear that up for anyone who is confused. I always tend to get accused of hating groups that I actually love. I've actually never said anything really mean about Twice, except that, historically, they've worn way too much fucking plaid. And that's true, so get off my dick. Also, my next video is going to be another Twice video, but I'm really excited about it. I really hope you guys will like it. I feel like it's still going to rub people the wrong way, no matter what I do. I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing, knowing my own intentions. But back to our subject. So Twice's Jeongyeon was the topic of conversation recently, as Twice have been promoting more and more on music shows. However, both Mnet and SBS released all other 8 members' fan cams for the performances on M Countdown and Inkigayo respectively. And a lot of fans were super quick to notice that one member in particular's fan cams were nowhere to be found. And it seemed extra fishy because it was Jeongyeon's fan cams on both broadcasting stations that were missing. Now, when things like this happen, fans tend to get very angry because they feel that each member should be treated equally. So if you're excluding one member, obviously it looks really bad. And as we could see on Twitter, a lot of fans were posting screenshots of all 8 fan cams, noticing her absence. Question mark, M Countdown and Inkigayo have both posted fan cams for all members except Jeongyeon. Please post her fan cam as well, or at least give an explanation for why she's been left out, as she's a member too. Where the heck is Jeongyeon's fan cam? However, she has since gone on V-Live to clarify the situation. So she essentially explained that she had a neck injury, so she went to the hospital specializing in disc injuries and found out that she had popped her disc. And she found this out just 1 week before Twice's comeback. And since she was in the hospital, she didn't really have the opportunity to practice as much. So she asked the broadcasting stations to not upload her fan cams because she couldn't stand the thought of showing an imperfect performance to her fans, much of whom were still concerned even after this clarification because she was performing through an injury. She said not to worry, but I'm still so worried. Literally anyone else would be at home resting and avoiding any sort of strenuous neck movements, and she's out here performing Twice's most difficult choreo to date. My heart hurts. I'm about to give Jeongyeon my neck. She then goes on to express sorrow towards the broadcasting stations because they kind of received the shit end of it all. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, but if you look at some of these music shows' mentions, some fans got a little bit aggressive. And it's no surprise when things like this happen, fans get really passionate, sometimes a little bit too passionate, especially if there is no explanation, because it doesn't make sense why you would exclude one single member. So yeah, that's been clarified, though it does bring up other, very pertinent questions such as, is it really ethical to be performing through an injury like that? Okay, so now we're gonna move on to my fun little segment of fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently. We have ATEEZ, who have been extra feeding us with so many videos. We have episode 2 of San's show as well as episode 2 of Wooyoung's show as well. We also have Yeri from Red Velvet, who has released episode 2 of her own radio show. Also, Wavy has made their comeback with Turn Back Time. The music video evoked second-gen K-pop vibes, and it was actually really cool. Okay, so now we're going to talk about something a lot more serious, and that is the leader of AB6IX leaving the group after a DUI. So on May 31st, as their official statement says, he privately met up with acquaintances for drinks and used his own car to drive back to the dorm when he was caught drunk driving by the police and had his driver's license revoked. This statement also expressed that the group's comeback was supposed to be on June 8th, but then would be postponed until the 29th, and that he would effectively be halting all promotions as a member of AB6IX, and that AB6IX would be continuing without him. But then on June 8th, the company then went to announce his departure from the group, saying that after discussing with him, he decided to depart the group as to no longer cause harm to the group. Now, there's absolutely no downplaying driving under the influence or driving while distracted. There is irreparable harm that can be done with this. And it's not just harm to yourself, it is harm to other people as well. However, some fans are definitely very conflicted about how they feel about this. A lot of fans, though they love him, are holding him accountable for his actions. Other fans think that having to leave the group is a little bit too harsh. Some don't know how to feel. Some think that it really isn't a big deal. But I feel like the following tweet kind of encompasses a lot of those feelings. So honestly, feeling really empathetic and sad for AB6IX fans. It's hard to see someone you love disappoint you so much. That being said, who is teaching these children that a DUI is just one mistake and it's fine because no one got hurt? Where are their parents? So yeah, I think it's totally valid to feel, empathy towards, him and his career while also holding him accountable for his actions. However, I don't think it's okay to kind of downplay the seriousness of driving while under the influence or driving while distracted. So here's a little PSA. If you drive yourself somewhere and you consume any alcohol, please make sure to have a plan. Please make sure you have maybe a designated driver or, you know, a taxi that you can call. And that's basically where we're gonna end today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video with friends you don't have. You can also do little things here and there to help sustain this channel, like joining my channel memberships or joining my channel memberships. Merch coming soon! And if you join my channel memberships, at the first tier, you get kind of a little shout out at the end screen. Your name appears next to Kemen's face. At the second tier, you get little sneak peeks of my videos, like thumbnails before I actually upload the video. And then at the third tier, you get to actually watch the videos before I upload them, like maybe a day or two before. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I will see you guys next time. Bye!